What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Off the Couch Boxing. I'm your host, Reckless Rex Ruger. That's El Flaco Explosivo, Alexis Arguello. This is the best boxing content anywhere on the internet. Best conversations, bar none. And our guest is here. So let's get him in here. Looking forward to it as always. There's my man. What's up?
Yes, indeed.
It's always good to see you. It's always good to see. Oh, I lost you there for a minute. It's always good to see you, Devon. And you've always got great stuff popping off. I was just saying before you came in here, man. It's always about the kids, and it's always about community with you, man.
Absolutely, man. I think God has always placed something in my heart to always want to give back. I can't explain it, but I just want to see kids, lives saved. Too many kids, especially in St. Louis.
Yeah.
They like a kid just bashed a kid head in the ground like this.
Oh,
Four forceful blows to the head. Like she grabbed her by the hair, and she just banged her head on the concrete, and she was just on the floor twitching, and it's just crazy, man. Like these kids need something besides what's going on right now. They need
yeah.
it.
So what do you got going on? So you plug some of the stuff you got going on. So you've got an amateur boxing invitational coming up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have teamed up. Well, my city leaders, I would say, has always knew that I like to give back. Even 10 years ago, they already know I'm doing a giveaway somehow, some way. So they know I'm going into the community service aspect of my career. Um, more they are more inclined to help. So I've teamed up with a university called Harris-Stowe State University here in St. Louis. Also, I teamed up with the Urban League um, of St. Louis, which is, I don't know if you're sure with the Urban League, but they got a lot of like offices around the area. And they serve underprivileged communities. Um, and I teamed up with them as well. And I will be doing seasonal shows. The shows are called the Devon Alexander Boxing Invitational Classic, and we invite 6 to 8 Midwest cities to St. Louis. We pay for their hotels, pay for their food, and we have a good night of boxing. And my first one was a success. It was a sellout crowd. Hopefully, they continue to come and support these kids because there's nothing the more better of a feeling than to a kid to hear the crowd roar for them, to hear you clapping and cheering and say, "Hey, coming."
Yeah.
That they never forget that. So that's why I want everybody to come out and support these kids.
That's how to build a self-esteem right there.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Now, where are we in terms of progress for the Devon Alexander Sports Foundation gym? You're also working on a gym?
Yes, absolutely. And that'll be called the Devin Alexander Sports Foundation. We have a legendary gym here called Matthew Dickey's. I don't know if you heard of it.
Yep.
Uh, but it was legendary. He had millions of kids go through his doors, help millions of kids. It was the beacon of St. Louis community. And I have been, telling the media and everybody, I want a mini Matthew Dickey's. I want kids to be able to come to the Devin Alexander Sports Foundation and feel like they're safe, feel like they can get some food if they're hungry, feel like they can enjoy themselves while they're hungry, put their guards down. There's no judgment. they are just coming if they want to box. I called it the Sports Foundation because I don't want to just limit it to boxing.
Right.
That was on purpose to do that because I want all sports to come. Every sport can benefit from boxing some way or somehow because it's the discipline aspect of it. But I want everybody to come. All sports can come and use the facility. I'm gonna have tutoring for the kids who need tutoring. They have to keep up their grades if they're gonna come to the doors. I want to make sure they stay up on their grades. I want to make sure they're staying a good kid and not out here causing ruckus. So that's my vision for my gym. We are at the beginning stages of it. So I'm building a board right now. I'm building a board for my foundation, and we got equipment. The city has donated a ring to us. Um, we have some other equipment being donated, and we're just trying to do it the right way because it takes time to do something the right way, especially when it's affecting the community. And I got a lot of people that's trying to connect with the gym, so I just want to make sure I'm doing the right thing all the way around the board. So hopefully, God's willing, we should be opening our doors in, I would say, May, June. Hopefully, if all goes well and God's see fit.
And now this will have your name on it, but will you actually be coming to the gym? Because you strike me as a hands-on guy. Like, will people have access to you? Like, will you be coming through the doors and helping and mentoring and working with the kids as well?
Absolutely.
I figured that's what you'd say, champ. I figured that's what you'd say.
Absolutely. I'm not one of those that just go take her that, man. I'll take all the credit at the end of the day, but go ahead, do the hard work, and then when
Yeah.
it's time to fight, I'll get in the corner. You do the work.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
No, sir. Those kids deserve the best. Those kids deserve a fighting chance. And I know I thank God that I did it and I've done it. And if the kids want to compete, I'm going to teach them what I know. And hopefully, if they listen, they can become good fighters.
And this boxing classic will be on April 8th, 5 p.m. The doors open. Or the fight starts at 5 p.m.
April 6th, 5 p.m. And hopefully,
Sorry,
I
April
want you
6th.
to, I want you to come one day if you got some time.
Well, I will.
I want you to come and check it out. You would enjoy it. Actually, what state are you in?
I'm in New York.
Man, we invite all cities. It doesn't matter. Like my friend Eric Hunter hit me up about his son. He's in Pennsylvania. I
Yeah.
said, send my matchmaker your information, and if we can match you up, absolutely, we'll get you a hotel and we'll get you some gas money, or
Yeah.
if you're driving, or however that we need to do it, we'll facilitate it for you. So if you got somebody in New York that want to fight on the card, I'll reach out to my matchmaker, and I'll hook it up. You just let me know.
Now, do you feel like this was something that your community needed? It doesn't sound like there's anything else in a lot of areas. I can't even say here in my area there's anything like this where kids can get off the street and find something constructive to do. I don't know about your area. Is there anything that's like this in your area?
No, no. So you got some people doing shows, of course, and you guys people throw shows for the kids, and you got people that are trying too. They are trying to get these kids off the street, and then got the people trying to help facilitate some things for the kids, of course. For seasonal shows, no, that not nothing like that. Um, but you do got people that's in the city who do try to do shows for the local fighters, and I want to work together. If we can work together somehow and facilitate a big outcome, then I want to work with everybody.
Yeah, yeah. Do you feel
But
like that?
St. Louis is a dangerous city, man.
Yeah.
Like I hate that we have a rep of being on the murder capital list every year.
Yeah.
Every year we top three at least.
That's not a good look.
And that's sad,
Yeah.
and the ignorance of it is a lot of times they brag about it. Some of them kids is out here in this stuff
Sad.
and they're in it, they bragging about it like
I
that.
know.
What?
Yeah.
So I want to change that mindset. It's told them, and I'm only one person. I'm only one person. I know I can only do so much, but you gotta start changing these kids' mindset, and it starts at home too. It starts at home.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. I think a lot of the problem we're seeing though, champ, is that we're seeing a lot of kids being raised, unfortunately, by technology. You know, it's a shame. Kids don't want to get off their game system. Kids would rather play their sports, via a game system, or they've got their eyes glued to that phone all the time.
yes, that's a big problem. You are
Yeah,
totally right. That's a
yeah.
big problem, Rex. That's a big problem
Yeah,
when
I
it
drive
comes
by parks. I
to
drive by parks nowadays, and you just don't see kids out there playing pickup basketball and baseball games and stuff like you did when we were young.
yeah. You know what? I used to see, baseball fields all the time in my city and where I grew up in the hood. There are none in void. The
It's sad.
parks, they're bare minimum. They used to be flourishing with opportunity.
Yep.
Now those parks are like dead parks,
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I don't know. We
No,
got
of
we
course.
got we got man, it's sad. Man, I just thank God that I grew up around a time that people cared. I had people around me that cared about young people, cared about what we're doing out here, giving us a first chance, giving us a first shake, a first advantage to grow up in a positive environment. So I just thank God. A lot of these kids don't got that,
Yeah.
and I want to facilitate that for them. I do. I want to give them something to look forward to.
And so where does this passion for giving back to the kids come from? Did you feel like at any point in time when you were young that you could have fallen through the cracks and gone a different path?
So I tell this story a lot. God God took the gangs. He took the itch to want to be in a gang. He took fighting. He took selling drugs. He took all the things that see the typical boy in the hood do. God didn't give me that. He didn't give me that urge. I can see it and still would not want to do it. He gave me that. He took that urge away from me, and I thank God. I'm telling you, Rick, God saved me to be who I am today. He saved me to come back and inspire the masses. There, I cannot explain it. I got 13 brothers and sisters. You could have been sitting here with you, talking to you, saying, I'm three-time world champion. I'm this. I'm giving back. It could have been any of them, but it's me.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't take that lightly. And I know God for sure wants me to give back for sure.
You're in the place where you should be. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're doing what you should be doing for a reason. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't have you on here and at least talk a little bit about current boxing stuff and pick your brain
Yes.
a little bit. So, obviously, one of the big fights coming up, Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Now, we've seen
Yeah.
a lot of cryptic messages from Ryan, and I'm sure you've seen them, all over social media. Do you think this is a tactic to make Devin Haney maybe think that he's unstable, or do you think he actually is unstable and should pull out of this fight? Is he looking for a way out of this fight?
It could be both, to be honest. It could be both, man. It could be a number of things, man. You just don't know. I try not to conspiracize about why somebody doing something
Yeah,
because I never know what that person is actually going through. I don't know if that person is hurt, is I don't know. So I try not to judge. by what I see. But it does. Is it weird? Yes, it is definitely weird.
I
That
mean, it
he's
does seem weird to be this close to a big fight, and
yes,
being physically right is obviously important, but being mentally right, is huge.
for sure. And I don't. Some of the stuff I don't understand. I know Ryan Garcia well. He grew up watching me, and he was a big fan of mine. I just don't know I don't know what angle he's thinking about. You know, then again, some people can't handle over time, can't handle the pressure
Sure.
of the position they in, and they start to spaz out. You seen in a, you seen child stars. They started off too young. Now they
Yep.
all just messed
Then they
up.
go right off the rails. Yep.
Yeah, man, they just messed up. So I don't know. Maybe you can't handle it, and it's get to him. It's starting to show, man. I
Yeah.
don't, I don't know, man. It's weird though. You right about that. It's weird.
Now, what about the chances that we will see? And this is being bandied about quite a bit, but I'm just interested. Of course, this is just subjective. This is just your take. Will we see Terrence Crawford in the ring with Canelo Alvarez? What do you think?
If they pressure Canelo enough, if they keep talking about it enough, he will.
Yeah.
Because he gonna kind of feel like obligated. Oh, y'all gonna keep throwing him in my face like this? Oh, y'all just gonna keep yeah. Because he gonna keep getting flack. They mad about the fight. He about to fight now.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
mad that he even took the fight with the guy. He like, why not Benavidez? The guy that's big, that's his size. Why not him? So he's gonna feel the heat, and it could happen because the heat is coming on him, and he's not. It's like he's cherry picking. He's
Yeah,
cherry
it does
picking.
kind of feel that way. Yeah, it does
Yeah.
kind of feel that way. Yeah, and now, so other than all the endeavors that we talked about already, what else is going on in your life? There's no Devon Alexander the Great comebacks, is there?
Maybe, man. Look. I'm a healthy person. If I feel 120% better and feel good, my body feel healthy and healed. Maybe it could be. But I'm not in a rush right now at this moment. I want to, uh just focus on the kid and get back to the kids. But yeah, it could. I had a couple offers to fight a couple times, but I'm just taking it one day at a time, no rush. I want to focus on my community after boxing
I
stuff.
love that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. Now I got to ask, what was your initial reaction? The first thing that popped in your mind when you see Jake Paul is going to fight Mike Tyson?
Why?
Is that the first thing that popped in your mind?
Why?
Why? Yeah.
Why? Like my mind don't understand it. Like back in the day, this was not it. This would have never happened back in the day.
Yeah,
This is
crazy.
so bizarre.
Yeah.
This is so does it supposed to be an exhibition or what is it? What is
I'm
it?
still confused about that part myself because I think we all know, even at 60 years old, if this was real, man, I feel like this would be an easy decision. I still think this would be Mike Tyson by first degree murder. I don't know how this kid could even last one round because Mike's still pretty
Right.
just right now.
He would get knocked out 30 seconds into
Fast. Yeah.
he
Yeah.
was. So I'm guessing they're gonna have on bigger gloves. I'm
Yeah.
guessing maybe a headgear. I'm sure of it. There is not gonna be no real fight. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
But you asked me about another thing that I'm doing. So I'm trying to be in your seat. I'm trying to start my podcast
I know.
called the Devin Alexander Boxing Corner. We're working on people to see where we can do it at and trying to find the perfect spot to do that at.
Yeah.
So we're trying to see, Cardinals, the St. Louis Cardinals got a ballpark village type of space that they have. We've been looking at, and we've been looking at a couple restaurants that do podcast shows.
Yeah.
Looking at that, so we're just trying to figure it out. I can't wait till I start though, because I want to talk about some stuff.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I like to talk about the issues too. I don't want to get too political because they
It's
said
polarizing. It's polarizing. It is. Yeah. It's
yeah,
polarizing when you start talking that stuff. It is.
yeah, they say politics and friends don't mix. So
Yeah, that's true. You start talking politics and religion, that's a problem always, it seems
yeah,
like.
you're right. I forgot about religion. Religion is another one that is a touchy subject
Very.
that people always start arguing about, man.
Yeah.
Like
I know. I mean, if you want to hear a pin drop in a room, all you got to do is bring up if people believe in God or not. Boy, the room will get quiet then. People get uncomfortable.
oh my God, who you telling that those subjects are like very controversial. I don't know why, but it's very controversial. So I don't want to I don't want to make the mistake of getting too political, but I do like politics. I
Yeah.
love politics and I like talking politics, but it's not good.
It's not. It's not. But as long as you've got the disclaimer on there, though, that everything is subjective and it's just your opinion, we're entitled to that. I mean.
Yeah, but your opinion, half of people are not going to agree with it. Half of
That's
people
true.
So I think that's why companies stay out of politics too, because they get
Yeah.
Trump supporters, they get Biden supporters, so they don't want to lose no supporters, so they just be quiet. And companies make the big mistake of getting into politics too, I think, especially when you got a big platform.
Yeah. Now, what about Saudi Arabia getting involved with boxing? Do you like that? It seems like they're starting to become big players over there and being able to get big fights.
I like it because first they pockets are long as everything long, longer than the word long. So
Yeah.
The fighters I think will be repaid well over there
Yeah.
for their services. And it's putting more eyes on boxing as well in a positive light. And I'm happy that King came out and said no, none of that garbage YouTube stuff. I'm happy he said that.
Real fights.
Because,
Yep.
yes, I'm. Thank you. So, see, that's what it took. And that's what it's going to take for a lot of for them to stop this garbage is to have some people with money that can control whether or not boxing is irrelevant. They need to speak up and then they'll stop it. See,
Yeah.
he said it, and that holds weight. And they know it. So what are you gonna do? What can you do?
Right. Nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Plus all that oil money, they got to spend it on something, right?
Yes,
Right.
constant, and it's constant. It's
Yeah.
constant. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Never.
I,
Yeah. I mean, the
I,
well never runs dry. The well never runs dry for them.
man, I had read a story about a lady in North Dakota, and she said she bought a house for like $5,000, and it set on like an oil thing. She said it was some oil seeping out the bottom of her basement, and I was like, "Wow!" And to this day, she's still getting checks, check after
Cha-ching. Yeah.
check.
Yeah.
Those checks never stop.
Yeah.
Those
That's
checks
a good business. That's
never
a good business to
ever.
be in. That's a good problem to have. Steady checks
Yes,
coming in.
yes. They always come. They never late either. Never
Yeah.
late.
I'll bet. Yeah. Well, hey, listen, champ. I'm so delighted to have you back on again, man. You know you're a friend of the show, man. Always love and appreciate you coming on here, man. Love to see all the positive things you're doing in your community, man. You're out there doing God's work, my man. I love seeing it, man.
Where's my man at? Where's Champ at? Your
He's
son.
missing in action. He's missing an action somewhere. I think he's got a basketball game today. You know, the weather's finally good here in upstate New York, you know?
Okay, yeah. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on down there. Like the mayor,
Yeah.
is it true that the mayor's trying to give illegal immigrants money?
Jesus, man, I hope not. But that probably will be next. I wouldn't be surprised.
I have read that Mayor Adams is trying to get immigrants $2,500 a piece.
Wow.
You know how
Wow.
much
I'm
that
worried about
is?
I'm worried about up here. The big thing is we just had I work in healthcare as a nurse. An assemblyman came to our nursing home the other day, and they're talking about like losing funding and possibly closing nursing homes. I mean, like, where do you put people, you know?
Yeah, like how is that even possible to do though? Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. Like
Yeah.
how could you spend tax money on that? Like how?
Yeah. Where do our
I mean, I
tax dollars
understand.
really go? That's the big
Yeah,
question. Where does all those tax dollars go?
yeah,
I don't
that's a
think we're meant
real
to
good
know.
point. That's
Yeah, the
yeah,
government
that
doesn't want us to know where it all goes. You know, then you got these guys who are congressmen and senators that that just are they're on Capitol Hill for 30, 40 years, and it's just like, and they're drawing a salary, and it's just like, what are we paying all these people for? I mean,
yes, for
for
nothing.
nothing.
No,
Some of them, I
and
mean, some of them don't even show up. Some of them don't even show up to vote on stuff.
yes, I agree with Trump when I said they need term limits. They should nobody sit in that spot because there's fresh ideas. There's always coming in. There's always
Yeah,
fresh everything, and that's how states get stagnant on progress because the same person does not do nothing for nobody. Nobody.
absolutely. Absolutely. You're right. Champ, you might have to talk a little politics on your show. You might just have to.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't
I,
don't stay away from it. When you got stuff to say, don't stay away from it though. Get it out there.
yeah, no, I'll probably keep it cordial. Keep
Yeah.
it simple. Just give my opinion on a few things.
I mean, the worst that's going to happen is it might alienate some viewers, and you might not get the viewers and the subscribers. But the ones that do like you, man, and are a fan of you, and that do agree with you, are certainly going to come. I mean, every show and every podcast is not for everybody anyway. I mean,
yeah, I agree, and that's a good point, Rex. That's a problem of mine. A problem of me trying to try not to make people mad or make people
I
because and one thing I did find out early in my career because I was a person that thought everybody, long as I'm nice, long as I'm treating everybody right, everybody's gonna like me.
right.
So they did my first boxing scene, did my first story as a prospect. That was my first big story when I first turned pro.
Yeah.
Why did I make the mistake of going to the comments? Why did I never did it again after that?
Yeah.
Because I have realized everybody's not going to be a fan of Devin Alexander. They're
True.
just not. They're not. You cannot make them. So I said, man, I'll never read that comments again because first of all, they don't know me, and this is entertainment, and everybody's not gonna like you. So leave it at that. So that was a life lesson for me. But I was shocked to see some of the people say, man, I don't even like Devin. Devin can't fight. Devin is, Devin that. I said, man, what did I do to you? What did I do
Yeah.
to you?
Yeah,
So
it's hard. You're just never going to be accepted and liked by everybody. You know what I mean? No matter
yes,
no matter how well, no matter how professionally you go about your job, there's always going to. I mean, look, there's people that made, that have banked their whole life on just like, wanting to see a guy like Floyd Mayweather lose. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that just spent their whole life just rooting against him. He can't think about that though. He just got to keep the train rolling.
that's true. That's true. If he thought about that, then he would have definitely lost for sure. Because so
Yeah,
many people wanted that boy to lose so bad, they
yeah.
hated it.
Yep, they sure did. Well, listen, champ, as always, man, I love having you on here, man. You're a friend of the show. As always, stay in touch. We will do it again soon, man.
Absolutely. You're one of my favorites, Rex, and I appreciate you. I'll make sure I keep you updated on everything. And one of these times, you gotta come to the show.
I'll be there, buddy. I will. For everything that you're doing for your community, the least I could do to come out and show some love and support, man. I'd be honored.
Appreciate you, my man.
I
Have a good
appreciate you,
rest
man.
of the weekend.
Yep. Yeah. Good talking to you, Devin. Appreciate you, man.
Okay, champ.
All right. Later, champ. There he goes, folks. Devon Alexander the Great. I shouldn't even have to tell you who the hell he is. Multiple times world champion. One of the best to ever do it. One of the slickest southpaws ever, man. His reputation, if you're a boxing fan and you're watching this right now, you already know. But the most important thing is all the great things he's doing for his community. Coming up in April, he's got an amateur boxing invitational. He's working, as you heard, on the Devon Alexander Sports Foundation, really trying to help the kids. And that's what it's all about, the next generation, man, keeping these kids off the street, out of the jails. That's the most important part, man. And the man is out there doing God's work. So salute to him, dude. He's a friend of the show. We've had him on before, man. Absolutely love him. And just a salt of the earth guy, man. And he's out there really trying to make a difference in his community of St. Louis, man. And more than any of his boxing accolades, that's to be saluted and applauded the most because, as I said, he's really out there, really trying to make an impact and make a dent in his community and, really trying to reach the kids. That's what it's all about, folks. So big salute to Devon Alexander the Great. As always, like and follow us on Facebook. And of course, if you're watching this episode right now, you already found it. You're on YouTube. You have found the best boxing conversations anywhere, not just on the internet, in the world. And I will say it. Maybe I'm a little biased, but and be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay tapped into the best boxing conversations on the internet. Alexis Arguello won't say it because he don't say much, but even he concurs. This is the place to be for your boxing content. So remember, stay tapped in with us, man. And if you want to be a champion, you must remember that you need to roll with the champs. Peace.